With Mary Murphy, both these teams absolutely red hot. Kansas has won 10 of their last 12. USC has won 13 of 14. But for the 8th seed Kansas Jayhawks, they're playing loose. They have nothing to lose here tonight.
Right, but this USC team all year, they have been the hunter. They've been going after people, and now things are changed. They are the hunted. They're the #1 seed. They're at home. The expectation is that they will win. So right now, all the pressure on this USC Trojan squad.
And for Kansas, they got a great performance by their 5th-year senior. It's our Xfinity most reliable player, Zakaya Franklin. How about 22 points, including the game-tying three-pointer with 12 seconds to go in regulation?
She set the tone right off the bat, aggressive, in attack mode, and those 22 points came on 9 of 16 shooting. The 5-year starter for this squad. It's everything for this team, as she says, we are moving on.
For USC, they are led by ESPN's National Freshman of the Year, the 2nd leading scorer in the country at 27 points per game, Juju Watkins.
Yeah, she is a solid 6'2", and you see her do all the things she does so well. She can score, she can steal, she can rebound, she can block shots. She impacts the game in every facet on both ends of the floor, and she's going to need to do it tonight against this Kansas team.
Can't wait to see how this matchup unfolds. Oh, do we go to break, or are we going straight in? Do we go to break after that?
We control our own destiny. Be us. That's a great place to be in March. Trust in our training, trust in who you and we have become, and you take that confidence out here tonight, and you go get it. Yep. You go get it.
SC 4, 5, 6. Defend, rebound, attack in transition, execute in the half court, and be the toughest team. Be the toughest team. When we walk out that door, the toughest version of Kansas is who hits the court. Okay? 40 minutes.
Welcome to the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. We are in Los Angeles, Southern California, a gorgeous March sunset outside, and we are inside the Galen Center on the campus of USC for NCAA tournament. 2nd round action between the #1 seed USC Trojans, 27-5 overall, and the 8th seed Kansas Jayhawks, winners of 20 games this season. The Galen Center, the place to be in LA tonight. Former USC quarterback Matt Leinart among some of the stars inside the Galen Center. Hi everyone, Elise Woodward alongside Mary Murphy. These two teams red hot. Kansas has won 10 of their last 12. USC has won 13 of their last 14. But for Kansas right now, they're the underdog. They're playing free, nothing to lose. SC's got some pressure on them here on their home floor.
There is no doubt. This is a USC team that was picked 6th in the Pac-12 preseason poll. They come into this the #1 seed, the home crowd, everything to lose and a whole lot to gain. A lot of pressure on these Trojans tonight.
Well, for Kansas, they got a phenomenal performance from our Xfinity most reliable player, Zakaya Franklin, the 5th-year senior, 22 points in the overtime win against Michigan in round 1, including the game-tying 3 with just 12 seconds to go.
She set the table early with her aggressiveness and playing in attack mode. Those 22 points on 9 of 16 shooting. She played 44 minutes, and boy, she brought it home for KU.
For SC, they're led by ESPN's National Freshman of the Year, the 2nd leading scorer in the nation, Juju Watkins.
And she's a Freshman of the Year and an All-American because she does it all, and she makes it look effortless. She scores, she defends, she rebounds, she blocks shots, she facilitates, and she has inspired this crowd and this city.
It was electric inside the Galen Center on Saturday night. Vanessa Bryant and her girls were here. There was a long cast of stars, and it is loud in here again on this Monday evening. Traffic hard to get here on a Monday night, but as we tip at 7 o'clock here on the West Coast, it is packed and it is loud. Kansas seeking their first Sweet 16 since 2013. They went back-to-back seasons in 2012 and 13 for USC, looking for their first Sweet 16 since Lisa Leslie and Tina Thompson were on the same team back in 1994. We are underway. USC in their home gold, the Cardinal and gold. Well, Kansas is in their road reds.
Oh, this crowd is fired up early. Mayberry starts on Juju Watkins.
Padilla, one of 3 Ivy League transfers on the starting, or in the starting lineup for SC. Rhea Marshall, the center, well too strong on that first jumper, and Kansas clears. Our Capital One starting lineup for you today. For Kansas, 4 seniors and a true freshman. Mayberry, Kurzgeter, Franklin, and Jackson, all seniors, and the true freshman, Samaya Nichols, the freshman, who is the leading scorer for Kansas.
And the block shot early against 6'6" Jackson.
That is going to be a matchup to watch for. 6'4" Marshall for USC, 6'6" Jackson for Kansas. And the offensive foul on the screen against the Jayhawks, that's against the true freshman, Nichols. And they don't want to see her get in any kind of foul trouble. 15 points a game for the true freshman.
Got to have her on the floor.
And for SC, Juju Watkins, their leading scorer at 27 a game. Padilla, Forbes, and Davis all coming from the Ivy League. 1 year to play here at SC. And Rhea Marshall, the only returning starter from a year ago, as Juju Watkins puts in her first shot of the game, a 3. And that's a good sign. She has been cold from deep.
Over the last 5 games, Juju Watkins 3 of 26 from 3-point. The hot start bodes well.
Davis reaching in there to poke it away, and Padilla and the Trojans come away with it. Forbes short on the jumper, and I think that was deflected. I think Kansas might have got a piece of that. Lindsey Gottlieb, the head coach for USC, just recently named one of the Werner Ladder Naismith Women's Coach of the Year finalists, one of 4. Guided USC to their first #1 seed for the first time since 1986. And another bucket. Watch out, Watkins already with a quick 5.
Yeah, she's been due for a big, big game, and it feels like that. She's cooking already.
Always feels good, takes a little pressure off to hit your first couple of shots. Nichols inside. Jackson pulls down the O-board and draws the foul. And that will go against Juju, who makes a lot of big plays defensively. Had 4 blocks in the first round win against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and she gets called for that first foul. So both freshman stars for these 2 teams coming away with an early foul.
And look at the plus-minus with Jackson on the floor and off the floor. The numbers like we've never seen before. Kansas, to have a chance to win this game, Jackson must stay out of foul trouble. And I mean, she can't spend any time on the bench in foul trouble.
No question, she is the most valuable player with that size, shot blocking ability. She's 3-time Big 12 all-defensive team. But she is prone to get in foul trouble. Oh, beautiful move. Watkins can't hit the 3, though.
Just so important for Kansas to have some early offensive success in the half court.
Mayberry. Watkins went under the screen. She had space, couldn't hit it. She was good from deep in their first round win against Michigan. Forbes on the deck, muscling up the shot, no good, and Jackson snags the board.
And Forbes is rushing things a little bit.
The 5th-year senior started at Cal, went to Harvard, and came back here as Jackson knocks down the face-up jumper.
Great start for Jackson. 4 rebounds already, 4 points.
Mayberry trying to lock up Watkins. Watkins with the move, though, blows by the defense and the weak side as well.
I like to say she glides by.
It looks effortless.
It really does.
Just a graceful athlete with the ball in her hands.
Beautiful.
Backdoor cut. Kurzgeter had it and is fouled by Padilla. What a pass to get that set up.
Juju Watkins already with 7 points. The hard crossover. I mean, it was over before the crossover, right? Just set that thing up beautifully.
Well, how many moves can she make on one possession? Blew by the defense and then the crossover to get to the hoop. So Watkins and Jackson have all of the points for their teams so far. As Kiersgeter, this is the first foul shooter. The 5'11" super senior out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. What a career she has had. KU's all-time leader in three-point field goals, has made 270 in her 5-year career, Mary.
And she needs to get some open looks and get it cooking from distance.
Had 9 points, 9 boards, 4 steals in the first round. Watkins post up, doubled, leaves it for Marshall. Beautiful basketball.
Size differential,
Mary.
That just invert things, put Juju down low, take advantage of a mismatch.
Mayberry gets the start on Juju, just 5'7". Juju is 6'2". So a big size advantage for Juju on the post up. Tipped by Juju and stolen.
Active hands. I mean, she's a solid 6'2", defending out in the perimeter.
Here's Padilla, thought about it. Now gets it to Forbes in the corner. Forbes pulls it, drills it. Puts 3 fingers in the air. Missed her first couple, that was a big hit.
Coach Brandon Schneider said we must hold Forbes under 20. Let Juju get hers, but everybody else at their average or less.
The defense for SC coming up big. 8 points off turnovers to none for Kansas. Mayberry, pull-up jumper in the paint.
I love the shot. Experience. Take what the defense gives you.
This first 5 minutes has been fun. A lot of times there's adrenaline and nerves, but feels like both teams playing well. Juju slicing in. Doesn't get a call, and Kansas defense will hold. Juju has been hot. 7 points in the first 5 minutes of this one. She's hit a 3. She's got an assist. And Kansas hanging in there. With a 12-7 lead at the first time out. Time for today's Need to Know, brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. So Juju Watkins, how do you slow down the nation's second leading scorer? Well, I would say, Mary, from the shot chart, there might be a few things the defenses try to do to Juju, but nothing has worked yet.
Not a whole lot's worked this season, but if you talk to coaches across the Pac-12, what they'll say is we want to force her left, and you can see why. Force her left, but then she knocks down the 3. And it's one of those where you have to pick your poison. You go big, you go little, you go long. What do you do to stop Juju Watkins? That is the question, and no one has unlocked that key yet.
And she has come out with that look in her eyes. She put up 51 points earlier this season at Stanford against that powerful front line of Cam Brink and Kiki Iriafen. She has scored or assisted on 9 of SC's first 12 points.
And I'll say this, scoring 42 against Colorado. Just as impressive.
Franklin stays hot. Beautiful leaner off window is good.
Just a beautiful job coming out of the timeout. Just continue, just calm down. They got down by 10 against Michigan and came roaring back.
And they switch up to zone.
USC has not seen a lot of zone. They certainly did work on it the other day.
They hit Juju in the short corner. Forbes left open. Can't drill the 3.
Great job by Jackson running the floor, but Akuwafo
getting back, 6'6", big, running the floor defensively. Juju loses the handle. Kiersgeter pulls away. Kansas will push. Mayberry, pull up, leaves it short. Juju has the board. And Juju raises her hand up. She needs a sub.
She's got a scratch on the right side of her face.
She went down, lost the ball on the last possession. Check by Mayberry. Double team coming to Juju, just 2 on the shot clock. Forbes has to let it go, hits rim, but Kansas and Mayberry take it away.
Can't say enough about how experienced this group is for Kansas. Even their freshman has played a lot of minutes. Cobbins on the floor. She was outstanding against Michigan.
Cross court, Mayberry feet set. But leaves the three short. Forbes on Franklin, has the size advantage, rises over the top but won't go. This USC team is big. 4 of the 5 starters 6 feet or taller. And Kansas has got some quick guards that counter with that speed. Jackson working on 6'6" Akunwafo.
Got her off her feet.
She did, collects her own miss, but Akunwafo is there to bother.
Strong and steady without fouling.
And then a late foul, and that will be number 2 on Juju. Juju Watkins, 7 points in the first 5 minutes, but now picks up her second foul here in the first quarter. And she had asked for a breather a few minutes ago.
I think it's because of the scratch on the right side of her face.
Right there, knee coming up to her head. I know she was adjusting that signature bun. But how long will Gottlieb leave her outstanding freshman on the floor? Rhea Marshall, watch out! Watch out! She goes with a finger roll and misses. I thought she might dunk it. She can. I wonder if Marshall was thinking dunk time.
Great steal. Marshall just jumps it. And now we're off to the races. Maybe thinking about it a little too much. And just misses the layup.
Gets it on the lob, and she finishes this one. I love that SC goes right back to Marshall. She makes the defensive play, can't finish, they go right to her.
Yeah, wipe the memory, right?
Marshall, the 6'4" junior, one of the best shot blockers in USC history, number 3 on the all-time block list, but get the steal on the last possession. Here's Kansas trying to answer. That's Samaya Nichols, the Jayhawk freshman, 5-star recruit for Coach Brandon Schneider.
Kayla Williams on the floor for Juju Watkins, has really played quality minutes the last 4 to 6 weeks, coming in, making just giant plays defensively, big shots offensively.
Deny Papa
Shot clock
onto the floor. Franklin loses the handle. And a shot clock violation. The defense for SC active on that possession. So you mentioned Kayla Williams onto the floor, the 5'7" senior out of Los Angeles. Number 4 for the Trojans. This is an experienced lineup for SC. Padilla, another senior, hands the 3 ball.
She just sits out there beyond the 3, waits for the ball. She's always ready.
Kansas hit 3 of their first 7 shots. They're 0 for 5 since. Papadopoulos tries to spin away from Marshall, and another defensive play by the junior.
Rhea Marshall, really the quarterback of the defense for USC. A year ago, a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year, one of 3 finalists. Her block number's not quite the same as a year ago, but a better defender and staying on the floor much better than she did a year ago.
And there's no question. Franklin will pull the jumper, rolls off the rim, and now Papadopoulou, fighting for the rebound, will pick up the personal. That is just the 2nd team foul on Kansas with 28 seconds to go in the first quarter. So the Trojans, if they choose, with their largest lead of the game, can play for the final shot here in the first.
This is a big defensive possession for the Jayhawks. They had it within 3, a little 5-0 run by USC. Can they get a stop?
No Juju on the floor with 2 personals. So Padilla will pull the three. That was deep. And now three. I don't think Kansas will get a very good look. Mayberry hurls it, and that will be the end of the first quarter. The Trojans came out on fire, cooled off for a bit, but are happy as they head to the end of the first quarter. The 1 seed up 17-9. Thank you. Well, the Kansas Jayhawks, the 8 seed here in Los Angeles, taking on the number 1 seed SC Trojans. Juju Watkins with 2 early personals. She started off hot. She had 7 points in the first quarter. And the stars are out to see the new generation of stars like Juju. Matt Leinart, the Heisman Trophy winner back in 2004, former SC quarterback. How about John Wall? Last with the LA Clippers, 11 seasons in the NBA. I don't know why I find it hard to believe that John Wall is 33 years old, but I do.
And Lincoln Riley, the football coach, spending the evening here. Boy, the number that really stands out is 6 turnovers already for Kansas and 13 of the 17 points.
And another
USC off turnovers.
Another one coming there. Rhea Marshall getting up, deflecting that. And Juju Watkins back into the game with those 2 personals. And Lindsey Gottlieb has mentioned that she trusts Juju and her basketball IQ. She had 2 quick personals against Stanford in the first quarter in that game where she had 51. And she let her go. And Juju smart enough not to pick up number 3 in the first half. Marshall, jumper, left open, too strong. Juju, risky. Got the O board, kicks it to Williams. That thing had some side spin on it. And then a collision, Juju goes down, holding her mouth. Crowd not happy with the freshman taking a shot to the face.
I'm going to say really not happy. I'm going to elevate that call.
Really, really not happy. Poked away
Another
again.
turnover.
The turnovers for Kansas have been a bugaboo. Forbes, pull-off 3 is nails. The points off turnovers have absolutely crushed Kansas so far in this game. 16-0. 16 of USC's 20 points have come off turnovers, and they are more than doubling up Kansas here in the Galen Center. USC's largest lead of the game, and in the timeout they took a look at Juju Watkins, came away clutching her face. It's under review, and we bring in Lisa Mattingly, our ESPN rules expert, officiated 18 Final Fours. Lisa, what can you tell us about the contact to the face of Juju Watkins?
Hey guys, I think this is unnecessary contact, if not excessive. Look at the high elbow. It's hard contact. It's in the face, and it's an unnatural move. And I believe that this will be upgraded. There was a no call on the floor, but I think this is at least an intentional foul.
You are exactly right, Lisa. Thank you. Our officials today, Brian Hall, Alicia Murray, and Ife Seals, saying that will be upgraded to intentional. The foul excessive, severe or extreme contact to the face. Well, that will be called against Yvette Mayberry, the 5'7" senior. And the second team foul here in the quarter. So Juju Watkins with 7 points, her first trip to the foul line tonight. And this is a player that has a special gift of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line, Mary.
No doubt. As you see what the rule book has to say. Boy, what a luxury to have Lisa to just walk you right through it.
So Juju Watkins has been to the foul line this year 253 times, one of the nation's leader. And she is an 84% foul shooter. And the first one rolling out.
Juju Watkins averages 7 made free throws a game. So every game she starts, she's already got 7 points on the board, and the rest is coming from other areas, but does a spectacular job of getting into the body, handling the contact, and getting herself to the free throw line, and also getting the other team into a whole lot of foul trouble.
That's the thing that goes I think, unnoticed is that, yes, she gets points at the foul line because she gets fouled, but it also weakens the defense tremendously because they don't want to try to block her shot when she gets up so high, and she has that ability to get in your body. Juju will pull from three. Oh, wow, Juju, that was deep.
She's feeling it. We haven't seen that lift in the three probably since before the Pac-12 tournament.
Her second made three here in the first half. Kansas, no points in over 6 minutes. Nichols changes that, and one opportunity for the freshman.
And this is exactly what the spectacular freshman from Overland Park, Kansas does. She's 6 foot, she's strong. She does such a great job of finding seams, being powerful. Look at her handle the double contact right and left and getting herself to the free throw line and makes the shot.
A lot of talk about the outstanding freshman nationally, and Samaya Nichols has to be right there in that conversation. 6 foot, true freshman out of Overland Park, Kansas, a 5-star recruit, highest ranked recruit for Brandon Schneider in his 9th year at Kansas. Chose to stay home and is averaging over 15 points per game. Has the most freshman points for Kansas since 1979. Three ball, another one for SC. This one from Padilla.
Just Padilla cannot get the ball with that much time. She will just hit dagger after dagger.
Already 6 made threes for USC. They're shooting 60% from deep. Nichols sees Marshall, can't get the grip, and another turnover against Kansas. For the 4th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. So a 15-point lead for SC. Padilla, corner three ball, short. Marshall skies up for the rebound, and USC will get another crack at it.
Great job by Rhea Marshall, kicking it out. The shot's not there.
From deep. Oh, too strong. Mary, that would have brought the house down if Juju would have hit that one.
She just kind of smiles a little bit.
Yeah, you said you think Juju's feeling it. Already double figures. She's got 11 points. She's 4 of 7, 2 of 3 from long range.
Just taking that shot really indicates how good she is feeling.
Down low, Nichols.
Beautiful pass.
Good pass, good screen action to get Nichols open on the block.
Kansas needs stops, and they need to take care of the ball and get shots at the basket.
Good fake by Forbes, trying to kick it down to Caitlin Davis. Poked away and last touched by SC. So Brandon Schneider in Kansas is the 2022 Big 12 Coach of the Year. He's guided Kansas to 3 straight 20-win seasons. They've been in the postseason all 3 years. In 2022, made a run in the NCAA tournament to the round of 32. Last year, the WNIT champs, and that's his wife, Allie, with her 2 boys, Cash and Cole. They coached together at Emporia for 7 seasons, and now she coaches the boys in AAU, 6th and 8th graders.
And another turnover on the offensive foul.
Yeah, these turnovers just have bitten Kansas. 9 turnovers here, and we still have 6:43 to go in the first half.
And they just crush you. One, because you're giving the ball away, but you're not getting shots at the basket, so it just adds up.
If you look at this box score, so often there's a couple different categories, but it's 16-0 right now. Points off turnovers. Kansas has yet to score a point, while SC has 16 of their 27. And a stoppage in play right now. Not sure what they're taking a look at. Looking at the clock here.
How about UCLA comes back to win that game? 2 games going on in LA tonight, UCLA and USC.
Well, they put the highlight of USC going up by 4 late against Creighton here inside USC.
Yeah, UCLA, yeah.
Loud boos at the rival UCLA. Took a 4-point lead.
They call it the crosstown rivalry, and it is for real.
Gotta love that. USC trying to follow the UCLA footsteps and get into the Sweet 16.
Taylor Bigby on the floor for USC.
Here's Jackson, spins away. Can't hit the first one. Grabs her own miss. Lots of traffic, and the whistle will blow against SC.
Even if you know that spin is coming, they were not able to just go foot to foot, be strong with it, and not give her a lane.
So Kea Padilla picks up the foul. That's her second. And so she's going to have to take a seat. And Padilla already with 2 made threes in this game will be off the floor along with Rhea Marshall, who has been active. 4 points, 2 boards from Marshall. But Clarice Akunwafo, what a luxury to have a McDonald's All-American at 6'6" on your bench available. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Sweet 16 begins Thursday. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on TBS and CBS. For more information on the tournament, games, and times, go to ncaa.com.
And one of the sites will be right here in Los Angeles, just up Figueroa at crypto.com arena.
It has been busy here in LA.
Sure has.
Lakers and the Clippers had a doubleheader the other night, just down the road. Juju can't get the jumper to go. Jackson was open, ran the floor well.
Opportunity knocking here for Kansas.
Nichols, that one rimmed in and out, and Juju grabs the board.
All the turnover troubles, that would have brought it to 10. Back to the zone.
Juju goes it right to Kiersgeter.
I'm surprised they didn't get right at her with the 2 fouls.
Does not contest Juju. I think she heard the footsteps and didn't want to get her shot blocked. And instead, they hand it right back over to USC, the 11th turnover here in the first half.
Just says, nah, I don't think so. 3 seconds. It's a Kansas team that does not turn the ball over very much.
And I think you're right, Mary. I think Kiersgeter would have known that was Juju with 2 fouls. You got to go right at her in the open floor. Skip past, too much air underneath it. Bigby. Gets it to Forbes. Now challenge Jackson in the lane. And Jackson comes away with a block. Averages over 3 per game. One of the best in the nation.
Oh, they missed Nichols inside. She was wide open.
Nichols outside now.
Big
And
shots.
says, that's cool. I'll take a 3. And closes the gap to 10. So we have a 10-point game here in the Galen Center. The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? All right, thanks, Elle. How about 2 Heisman Trophy winners here to support USC? Matt Leinart earlier, and now Caleb Williams loving some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Who doesn't love Earth, Wind, and Fire?
He's going to be a busy man in September. That's the song he's dancing to, and maybe he's just thinking about his life in the NFL coming up this fall. Projected to be the #1 overall pick, Mary.
I can only hope as a Chicago Bear.
As Mary, the native of Chicago, chimes in. Here's Juju with 2 personals on the floor. Kicks it to Forbes. That one rattles out. Akunwafo trying to tip it, but Jackson clears it. That's a good battle right there between Jackson and Akunwafo.
We talk so much about Jackson's foul trouble. She already has 9 rebounds, 4 of them offensive, and 3 assists.
Oh, and there's the big
volleyball.
block. Akunwafo getting off the ground in a hurry for the block, but Kiersgeter has it. Thought about the jumper. Now Nichols will take it. And a 1-on-4 situation for Williams. SC, no points over the last 4 minutes. Here's Forbes, changes that in a hurry. The 7th made 3 in the first half for the Trojans.
I mean, that's a 5-6 point swing right there. Kansas could have cut it under 10. Instead, it blows up again.
There's Franklin, the lefty, had 22 in the first round win against Michigan and goes off glass. So crafty.
Yeah, she's just so good using the glass.
feel like Kansas, after giving away 16 points off turnovers, should be down a lot more than 11. Here's Williams. The three-ball attempt no good. And Kiersgeter at 5'11", that guard, she is active on the glass.
Jackson running the floor. What a play.
Gets back, deflects it away, and the Trojans have it. Forbes trying to go behind the back and just loses the grip. Three super seniors on the floor for Kansas. Mayberry, a fourth-year senior, the daughter of Lee Mayberry, and her shot won't go. Juju left open, had a good look, wouldn't go. Davis flips up a jumper short, and USC with another board. Forbes from deep, and SC is just raining threes here inside the Galen Center. The 8th deep jumper of the game.
When you're trying to pull a big upset, you cannot give up second and third opportunities to a team as talented as USC.
Nichols trying to spin away from the rugged defender Davis, but no go. Kansas in this zone, they've given up a lot of threes. Forbes with the left. Kansas has it and will push. Oh, beautiful pass. Kiersgeter to Jackson. That was gorgeous.
Jackson's been doing an outstanding job of consistently running the floor every single time.
She has got great speed at 6'6", extremely athletic.
And didn't get discouraged because a couple times you don't get it, just every single time busting it.
The hands moving full speed, though, to take that from Kiersgeter, and she put that on a dime off the bounce. Man, this is just gorgeous basketball.
It really is.
This is an 8 seed, Mary. What's a play like this?
Just your big running the floor, running it hard, catch it, finish it, don't put it on the floor. Easy buckets, hard to come by for Kansas. She may have traveled, but no matter, as India Otto is helping with the call.
What a moment for India Otto.
Oh my gosh.
Walk on, given a scholarship years ago, and now in her 5th year at USC, getting 5 points in that first round matchup against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Huge ovation as Kansas now with their turnover, and Franklin gets in there to draw contact, and she'll head to the line.
She just lives in attack mode.
Kaya Franklin, known as KB, Kai Buckets. And boy, she has such a good handle.
Had a great conversation today with Brenda Van Leggen, who has, of course, covered the Big 12 for so many years, was at K-State for their pod. Just talking about this Kansas team, and Franklin in particular, the 5 years, all the starts, what she means to this program.
Top 5 all time on the scoring list at Kansas. And past her teammate, Holly Kiersgeter, is number 6 in that last game. They've gone back and forth. The 2 5th-year seniors that came in together.
They're doing a really nice job in this zone.
Forbes, deep 3, won't go. Final possession, if the Jayhawks want, of the half.
Only down 12. All those giveaways.
SC's defense has been phenomenal.
It really has. SC could have buried him early and did not do it.
Nichols, 3-point opportunity. That was tough.
One of the things Brenda Van Leggen talked about this afternoon was this is a Kansas team that will not go away. And if Jackson can stay on the floor, they've got a chance. And this terrific freshman just takes it right at the guts of this defense and comes away with 2 and a chance for 3.
Nichols so athletic. 6 feet, strong. She went right at the 6'1" Taylor Bigby. Got into the body and earned the 3-point opportunity. And she rolls it in. So SC has just a bit under 5 seconds to make something happen. Here's Juju, weaves through 3, lets it go, and off the back iron. And so at halftime, Kansas has to be thrilled that they only are down by 9 after the way SC's defense held them. But SC 23-0 this season when leading at halftime, and they lead by 9 here on their home floor. Winner to the Sweet 16. Welcome to the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. A spot in the Sweet 16 on the line. 20 minutes left here at the Galen Center. The USC Trojans, the #1 seed, leading 33-24. Caleb Williams and the Stars out. How about back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners? That's Matt Leinart having some fun. Cheryl Miller, who joined us on the broadcast on Saturday. She is just loving this run by her program, the USC Trojans, the #1 seed for the first time since 1986. USC led by as many as 15 points in this game. Kansas just would not go away, and you look up at the scoreboard and you think, how is Kansas still in this? Because USC did so many good things.
I thought they made a brilliant move, and they went zone, and all of a sudden Juju Watkins isn't getting to the free throw line. She's not getting the looks. She's not getting the slashes and the drives that she wants. They're giving up some O-boards, of course, but this is keeping them in the ball game. Can they just clean things up on the turnovers? So far, this is still a great ball game.
Juju had 7 points in the first 5 minutes, and then since then 4 points in the last 15 minutes. And let's check out how they are fueling the run, brought to you by Wendy's. The shot chart for Juju Watkins, Mary, what jumps out to you?
Well, we can see the makes are all on this right side, aren't they? Whether the threes and then the drives, but the zone has kind of counteracted a lot of the things that Juju does so well. Finds the seam here, gets to the rim, drives hard, evades as she does so well, and they just kind of play off. Bottoms up.
Yeah, that was early when she was slashing. That was against player-to-player defense. The game track brought to you by Invesco QQQ. Lots of things jump out to me, Mary. The points off turnover, 16-0, but the three-point field goal is squarely in USC's favor as well.
No doubt, but this is a USC team that averages 21 three-point attempts a game. They've already taken 19. So just imagine how kind of out of their comfort zone against Oregon, up in Oregon. They took 31. They're kind of on track for that again.
Juju rises and fires immediately and hits over the 5'7" Mayberry.
Yeah, that 6'2" is legit, and the rise gives her so much more.
She's up to 13 points, averages 27. Franklin kicks it out to Mayberry, and she answers the Juju jumper with one of her own from deep.
And if you're Kansas, you just take a deep breath and you feel a whole lot better as you run back on defense, and you run right back into that 2-3 zone, and it protects Jackson from getting into foul trouble as well.
Jackson had 11 rebounds in the first half, her career high 22. Ball tipped away, but into the hands of Marshall, so she'll just pull the short jumper and it goes in.
She thought about it.
She has raised her field goal percentage 10% from a year ago. Here's Kersgeter, that brilliant jump shooter, knocks in another one in her illustrious career.
It's got to happen. She must be offensive-minded and look for openings.
4 starters in double figures in their round 1 win against Michigan. Kersgeter, the only one that didn't. She had 9. Davis, the lefty, her jumper is off the mark.
Opportunity knocking right here for Kansas. Can you keep digging into this lead? Moving screen, turnover.
That will be called against Zakiya Franklin, the 5th-year senior, coming to Kansas all the way from Lakeland, Florida, Winter Haven High School.
And those are the kind of fouls that are just maddening, because the opportunity to just score some points and just continue to feel momentum just goes away.
Here's Juju. Lots of red jerseys for the Jayhawks in her space, so she kicks it to Padilla. Now Marshall down low, wide open, takes contact, finishes anyway.
And the emergence of Rhea Marshall, it's kind of funny to say that as a junior because she was coming on so strong a year ago. But look at the show. The target, knew she had the size advantage inside, and then Jackson with the late react. And when you want to get a foul, that is not the one you want. You want your money's worth. She did not get her money's worth on that one.
That diagonal on the weak side to Marshall. What a weapon against that zone.
I'm sure that was diagrammed a number of times in the locker room by Lindsey Gottlieb. Let's review zone offense.
That's how you draw it up. That whiteboard getting a workout from Lindsey Gottlieb and paying off on that possession. And now Marshall and Jackson tussling in the paint, and Marshall will be called for the foul. And this is one thing for Rhea Marshall. This is just her first personal, and she knew this matchup against Tiana Jackson was going to be crucial. And she has been able to defend really well without fouling, a sign of maturity in her game.
And that's her college career there. Coaching career for Lindsey Gottlieb does not include the 2 years assistant coach with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Franklin on the move, won't drop, but Jackson with her 13th rebound, and then she finishes 8 points now as she nears a double-double.
Dynamic on the O boards, 5 offensive rebounds already.
Forbes, nice screen from Davis, and she has a lot of space to knock in another three. The 9th made 3 for the Trojans.
That was like Saturday morning at the YMCA. All that time just to line it up.
And Forbes red hot from deep. She's got 5 made 3s on 9 attempts. Jackson working on Marshall, the left hand no good.
I'm surprised Padilla didn't pull the trigger on that one.
Forbes thought about it. And she's already hit 5. This time she goes in the lane and loses it. Franklin up ahead of everybody. The southpaw glides in for the fast break bucket.
Boy, creating turnovers out of the zone, then you can just release. Beautiful job just getting down the floor, just throw it ahead. Easy 2 points. Said experience, we can't say it enough. This Jayhawk team, how much they have played together over the last 4 or 5 years. Again, the zone, the impact.
Nichols going right at Forbes, up and under, and it's good. And it's an 8-point game. Lindsey Gottlieb wants timeout. This zone is bothering the Trojans on offense. And so they will talk about it. A trip to the Sweet 16 in the balance, and the Jayhawks are coming. SC leads Kansas 43-35 here in the Galen Center at SC. It's time for Get More, brought to you by Geico. The freshman phenoms in the NCAA tournament. Juju Watkins representing SC, but boy, Mary Murphy, you go around this NCAA tournament and there are freshman stars all over the place.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that, but can we add Samaya Nichols from Kansas to this as well? 13 points already in this ball game, 5 of 10 shooting. She's knocked down a 3, gets to the free throw line. Just leading the way for this experienced Jayhawk squad as Cheryl Miller is a little more pensive as this game goes on.
Cheryl Miller won a national championship as a freshman here at SC. Jackson denies Davis. She got up quickly to erase that.
She is playing with so much more confidence and just with flow than she did against Michigan.
So out of the timeout called by Gottlieb, SC gets rejected. Kansas trailed by as many as 15. Kersgeter, the jumper. Watch out. 6-point game.
And back in Ann Arbor, Kim Barnes-Arico and the Wolverines saying this is exactly what we felt.
Juju explodes, takes contact, and will head to the line.
And this is what makes Juju so different. Not the first clutch, the double clutch is what creates the contact. A little hesitation there. 1, 2, buys herself some time. That's what draws the contact. This is elite.
And I think she, a little frustrated she wasn't able to score that. We have seen her finish that so many times. And the real big part about that play is that for Tiana Jackson, that is her third personal. Here with 5:04 to go in the third. And Kansas coach Brandon Schneider will leave her on the floor for now. Juju splits a pair.
What are you saving her for, you know? Hard trap.
Excellent job by USC to spring that trap in the coffin corner, and Kansas is forced to burn a timeout. A good one brewing here in LA. The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? SC with phenomenal stars here in program history. Some of the best that have ever played the game, Mary Murphy.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Lisa Leslie, I mean, I would have paid to watch her just practice. Her pregame warm-up, unbelievable. The McGee's, Pam and Paula, Tina Thompson, Cheryl Miller, Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper was a star, then went to Italy and then to the WNBA where she became a superstar.
The Houston Comets ripping off championships with Tina Thompson. It's nice when your program has that many Hall of Famers in their history. Forbes looking for her 6-3 and she gets it on the move. Why not? Just pull up, Kinsey.
Just love the confidence that she plays with.
No hesitation. Jackson double team, shuffles her feet. No, they call the jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Jayhawks.
You watch Synergy, you look at the numbers. What does Jackson do when she gets it down low on that block? She's gonna spin and come back inside. That's exactly where Juju Watkins was.
SC has pushed this back out to 10. Kansas got as close as 6. Kursgeter up and under. Soft touch rolls in.
We've talked about it for 2 games. Michigan first, now USC. She must stay aggressive, hunting shots. We're staying in the zone.
Kansas has made their last 4 shots in a row, keeping alive here on the road. Marshall, pull-up jumper, no good. Jackson was in the area, affected it. Davis gets tangled up with Nichols and will be called for the personal. So the winner tonight, playing for a chance at the Sweet 16. Baylor has already punched their ticket to the Sweet 16 in Portland, Oregon. That game will be 5:30 Eastern time from the Great Pacific Northwest. Number 1 USC, the 8th seed Kansas, and 1, count it. Nichols was scoreless in the first quarter, and she has exploded.
She has.
She is up to 15 points and a chance at a free throw on the way.
This is what she does best. In traffic, handling the contact, gets the shot to go. Rugged, quick, finishes, comes to a team as a super freshman surrounded by super seniors, juniors, regular seniors, and they just say, you go, we got you.
Back-to-back fouls against Caitlin Davis. She's got 3 personals and will sit on the bench. It's a 5-point game, the closest that Kansas has been to SC since the 4.5-minute mark of the first quarter. SC led by as many as 15 points.
And just built-in help everywhere Juju goes.
Quick hands by Franklin, gets it out of Juju Watkins' hands, but she recovers. Marshall, the jump hook on the run won't go. Kansas defense, Mary, is just locking him down.
Sure is.
Mayberry 3-ball would have been big. Padilla grabs the board. Another 3-ball rattles out for Forbes.
Yeah, they're going to change that call.
You are dead on, Mary. Mackenzie Forbes has been huge in this game. She leads all scorers with 18 points, 6 made threes.
Long shot goes up.
Marshall in there fighting for the board. Padilla, quick trigger. Off the back iron.
Another O-board.
Forbes there.
It's a real problem for Kansas. They're giving up long threes, they're misses, but they have got to come away with those boards.
Forbes, that time inside the three-point line, and her pull-up off the mark.
And Miss Jackson early.
Kansas defense has just locked down SC since that first 5-minute mark. Nichols again in the paint. Samaya Nichols, the true freshman, averaging 15, which leads Kansas. And she has the Jayhawks within one possession. Juju leaves the defense, but the jumper won't go. Marshall, her O-board not there. Kansas with a chance to tie. It's a 13-4 Kansas run and 7-0 over the last 2 minutes. Nerves inside the Galen Center. Nichols on Big B.
Over the back, Juju Watkins.
The crowd does not like the call. It's a hold on Juju Watkins. That's her third personal. She picked up 2 quickly in the first quarter.
The miss goes up. Jackson says, I got this. And over the back, Juju Watkins is trying to swat it away from 6'6".
Not gonna lie, I didn't see a lot of contact on that one. I didn't see a hold.
But it doesn't matter. That's what they called, and Juju Watkins has 3 fouls.
You are correct on that. So Kansas trails by 3. Nichols takes off and is denied. Akunwafo and Big B both there to leave that jumper off the mark.
Yeah, they call her Big C, and she's just like a wall in there. She doesn't get into a lot of foul trouble. Just wall this off. Great help. Stay up. Hands straight up and down. What a difference maker defensively.
5 on the shot clock. And another foul against SC. That will go against Padilla.
And it's just so important for USC to regain composure. You can't look at the officials and get obsessed with what's happening with them. You have to stay focused on you, what you need to do as a basketball team.
So the 5th-year senior, Holly Kurzgeter, calmly sinks the first free throw. For the 4th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Kurzgeter drills both foul shots and pulls Kansas to the closest they have been since early in the first quarter. They trailed by as many as 15 points, and SC's offense has disappeared. Juju rises, jumper short. Clarice Akunwafo there for the offensive rebound.
I like the move to put Juju Watkins in the middle of that zone. That shot will start going down. There's a big gap in there. Jayhawks did not do a great job of locating her.
The 4th team foul on Kansas, so next one is in the bonus, but just a minute to go. Juju rises, fires, hits. SC needed that.
To say the least.
Kansas has outscored USC 22-17 here in the 3rd period. Nichols spin move. Rolls off her hand. Brilliant move, but left it off the mark. Juju crossover in the lane, contact, and she'll head to the line.
And once the defense starts backing up, that's when it's advantage Juju Watkins, and you could feel it there. Backing up, I'm coming right at you. I'm going to the foul line. Double clutch.
Juju nails on the first free throw.
And how
really, for Juju, she just hasn't got there as often as she usually does. This is just her 5th attempt.
And it's not a surprise. It's because of this zone. They've just walled her and now it's on to you. Now it's on to you. Great team defense. Just helping wall off Juju Watkins from all that contact.
She's 4 of 6 now from the foul line. And Juju with 19 points, the takeaway. Their defense was electric in the first quarter, flying around, and that time coming up with another turnover.
And look where Juju is. Here I am.
Okunwafo takes the Watkins miss and will head to the foul line. I like that adjustment, Mary.
I love it.
Watkins at 6'2" in the middle of that zone.
Because then you got to pinch it, right? Then you have to bring someone high, or you got to drop, and then you're going to open up your perimeter shooters if you do that. But everybody else they put in the middle has not, you know, they put KD in there, they put Ray there, didn't help.
Now, Clarice Okunwafo, not a good foul shooter, just 5 of 17 this season. That is 29% for the junior. And she'll bank it in and say thank you very much.
But so improved from a year ago. Shot 38% from the floor last year, 62% this year. She is a defensive stalwart for them, future doctor. She has been a big time difference maker so far in this ball game.
Splits a pair. It's a 6-0 USC run. Last shot of the quarter for Kansas. Kersgeter. Off the backboard, and that will do it for the third period. Juju Watkins, 19 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. But Kansas right there within striking distance. Good ball game here, the fourth quarter coming up from USC. We are back inside the Galen Center in Los Angeles. The #1 seed USC Trojans leading the 8th seed Kansas Jayhawks 53-46. The two mascots having some fun. Big J and Tommy Trojan on a dance-off. And time now for today's Star Stories, brought to you by Honda. The true freshmen lighten it up. They're both the leading scorers for their teams. Juju Watkins with 19, Samaya Nichols with 18. The game growing, and some young stars in this one.
Well, all season long, one of the themes has been the tremendous freshmen in women's basketball, and it is what both are putting on a show here tonight in Los Angeles.
Juju Watkins was the National Freshman of the Year last year as a senior. Well, Samaya Nichols was a 5-star recruit. First team all Big 12 and Big 12 all freshmen. Here's Juju in the middle of that zone. Doesn't like it, kicks it out to Padilla. She's wide open and she drills it.
But that's what happens. All the attention to Juju, you just take a step off Padilla and she makes you pay.
Well, pick your poison for SC. Now they've made 12 threes. They lead by 10. Here's Nichols. Gets it to Kersgeter. Her 3 is short. Forbes, deep 3. Too strong.
Forbes has already matched a career high that she had while playing at Harvard. She did it against Boston University. She's got 6.
Kersgeter working on Forbes up and under.
And need a better decision.
Has numbers if they want. Kersgeter looks a little tired, slow to get back. Now Forbes, beautiful dime down low. Okunwafo misses the first and the second. And then last off of Okunwafo.
But I love the reaction by the Trojans. They all run up like it's like what volleyball players do. Let's go. It's all right. We got you. Misses the second.
And then last off of Clarice. There's Mayberry. Into the lane, kicks it out to Franklin. Franklin, the lefty, won't roll in. And Juju with the board.
Franklin's been quiet. Just 6 points.
Watkins right at Jackson. A little too much on that one. Here's Okunwafo, and she gets the bucket. basket this time.
You could feel the intent on that one, couldn't you, Elise? Lowered the shoulders, said, I'm not missing it.
The crowd roaring their approval. Back-to-back games here. Attendance just listed 8,941 here for second round action at the Galen Center. They had 8,300 in their win against Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Beautiful
Wafu,
feed.
A little too much. She'll get called for the personal.
Goes old school, taps her chest like my foul. When's the last time you saw that?
The old chant, you fouled, you did it, raise your hand, admit it. She did. Here's Mayberry. Down low, Jackson. And she's now got a double-double, 10 points, 17 rebounds. That's the first points for Kansas in over 4 minutes.
She has really played well and stayed on the floor.
Juju fade away jumper, nope. But another offensive rebound by SC. And then Kersgeter reaches out, gets tangled up with Akunwafo.
Can't say enough about how impactful the zone has been on USC, but it also has enabled them to get 13 offensive rebounds.
And USC also with 12 made threes against this zone on 26 attempts. A Sweet 16 on the line, just over 7 minutes to go. SC has not been to a Sweet 16 since 1994. Ball is loose. They say it's tied up. Jump ball, possession arrow will go to the Jayhawks. Kansas went to back-to-back Sweet 16s, 2012, 2013. But none in the tenure of Brandon Schneider in his 9th year. Mayberry all the way in, blocked by Forbes. And then she is fouled.
So on the stoppage, USC shows 1-2-1-1. We haven't seen this in, I don't know, the last time. And they get the turnover coming out of it. The attack, the block, Forbes. When you ask her what her goal is, it's to play for a WNBA team this year, and she really understands the challenge to make it happen.
Asking the crowd to get loud. This USC team has energized the basketball fans of USC and the community.
It was interesting when we talked to the Kansas coaches about, and the players about playing in front of a big crowd. They're like, we do that at Iowa State. We do that at K-State. It will not be impactful for us.
They certainly have not seemed rattled by this crowd of almost 9,000. They have played well, but right now sitting at just 48 points against this USC defense.
Love the cut.
Juju inside of 12 feet. It's a layup for Juju at that spot.
They've started it from the wing cutting. They've started in the high post, and now the cut from the backside to the middle.
Juju now at 21 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. But tonight after USC Kansas, next at SportsCenter with Nicole Briscoe and Zubin Mahenti, and then Rebecca Lobo and Andrea Carter in the studio to break down the night in women's hoops. And Shohei Ohtani speaks out for the first time since his interpreter was fired in that gambling scandal, plus the NFL offseason meetings caused a stir with the coaching. All that and more on SportsCenter with Nicole and Zubin coming up right here on ESPN and the ESPN app.
What a block.
Davis open, Juju finds her. And Kansas needs to talk about it. SC's lead pushed back out to 14.
You need to find the key to the zone lock. That key, of course, is Juju Watkins. The drive. Who's open? There you go, KD. Finish it.
A shirt when you've got paint. Just gotta love that. And fans out from the student section. Tommy Trojan. Tommy can speak better than me at times. I do know that. Got the ESPN mic, little air guitar. The fans absolutely loving this fourth quarter start for SC. They have outscored Kansas 9-2 to start the fourth quarter. And now Kansas in a 14-point hole. And USC can taste it, Mary. You can tell when they went to the last time out, they are feeling a Sweet 16. Forbes goes down.
Yeah, she got it.
Got hit. And USC comes away with the ball. And she is still down. She was grabbing at her face immediately. And so the officials are going to come over and take a look.
Forbes, number 25.
Previous play is under review for a possible
Nichols.
intentional foul.
And you can see her swinging that left elbow, trying to clear some space.
And connects with Mackenzie. Mackenzie Forbes, one of the great young women of this game. My goodness, she is such a great young lady with all she's done and getting her degree at Harvard and now coming to USC. Want to make sure she's all right. Lisa Mattingly, our ESPN rules expert, officiated 18 Final Fours and now gets to hang out with us. Lisa, what'd you see on that play?
We haven't, I haven't seen that play yet. Here we go.
Okay, well, let's roll it for Lisa. Here you go, Lisa. Ooh, boy.
From this angle, it does come up in an unnatural way. Doesn't look like it's a basketball play there to me. And because it's hard contact, they may decide to go with an intentional foul on this because of the hard contact to the
After
face.
review of the play here, it's incidental contact. It's a basketball move coming through.
Calling it incidental contact.
So thank you, Lisa. The officials determining that it was almost on the front swing of her elbow where she clipped the jaw of Mackenzie Forbes. And so they did not elevate it to an intentional foul. Which, intentional foul, which is excessive. So we play on. Juju in the middle of that zone again, puts the ball on the deck, takes contact, and then a dangerous play as she goes to the ground and her head lands right near Sabaya Nichols, but she's going to be okay.
Puts it on the floor. And that's just a pro move. You see her just grab the arm of the defender as she's driving by her and just holds her off.
And sacrificing her body on that one as she was airborne and came down pretty hard. Luckily, Nichols wasn't about a foot closer to her as her head could have banged on the knee or the leg of Nichols, but Watkins, where she makes her living at the foul line, makes her 5th free throw on 7 attempts tonight, and she's up to 22 points.
Moving Juju away from the perimeter and into that high post, whether she's cutting or just starting there, has made the difference in this ball game for USC.
And USC led by 15, and Kansas whittled it all the way down to a one-possession game. They could never take the lead, and now SC back out again by double digits, and they have increased their lead. It is 16, their largest of the game. Kersgeter puts the ball on the deck, draws the foul on Padilla.
Can't say enough about the difference that Clarice Akunwafo has made in this ball game. They take Rhea Marshall out, and just with her size and strength, it has nullified the Jackson advantage inside.
Jump ball, and it will go to USC. Chance to build on this 16-point lead, 5:26 to go.
The 6'6" junior out of Inglewood, California, playing a whale of a ball game. Doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, just 3 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist.
So now Kansas will switch to player. We'll get out of that zone, down by 16. Juju. Looking for her third three, won't go. Fight for the rebound, and Jackson once again pulling down the rebound. She's got 18 boards.
Kansas cannot have empty possessions. They need to come down and score.
3 fifth-year seniors on this roster in the starting lineup for Kansas. And a foul called. And that will go against Caitlin Davis. And that's her fourth. So the next one for Caitlin Davis, and she's going to be disqualified, a grad transfer. And our second round top performers, how good was Kiki Iriafen? Absolutely unguardable against Iowa State among many stars.
The line of the day for me, though, is Gino Auriemma after the game. We have the best player in America. The numbers say that she is. The stat sheet says that she is, and everyone that watched knows it.
Well, it's hard to argue when she puts up Paige Becker's 32, 10, and 6. And then Caitlin Clark with 32 and 8. How about Richardson with a 28 for Duke as they get the big win and are heading to the Sweet 16. Just a couple of more bids on the line to see who's going to head to Oregon and who's going to head to Albany, New York. Juju splits the defense, contact first.
I did check the weather. It's not going to be raining in Portland, and it's not going to be snowing in Albany, so good news all around.
For all of those traveling.
That's exactly right.
Locations. So the Portland Regional, we are in the Portland 3 Regional. The #1 seed SC trying to advance. #2 Ohio State got beat by Duke. #4 seed Virginia Tech got beat by Baylor. So the 1 and 3 seeds are left, but 3, 5, and 7 have all advanced, and another SC bucket. They're rolling, Mary.
Have I mentioned Big C and the job she's doing inside?
Nichols right at Akinwafo gets disrupted, and now Juju snags the board. Just loses it.
Right
and
back.
Tipped away, and somehow SC recovers.
Hot potato.
Lindsay Gottlieb saying, all right, we're good, slow it down. Time and score, we're ahead by 16, less than 4 to go. SC has not been to the Sweet 16 since 1994. Forbes puts the ball on the ground and will draw a couple of shots at the foul line.
Here's the offensive rebound. Puts it in. 5.7 rebounds.
Aaliyah Gales, the 5'9" redshirt freshman out of Las Vegas, Nevada, is back at practice. And says she hopes to be able to suit up if this team advances to the Sweet 16, which would be a phenomenal story. The former McDonald's All-American is a senior in high school and is recovering. Was able to play, but had a stress fracture that has kept her out of play recently.
Another inspirational story for this USC team. India Otto, Gales.
Gales, of course, surviving that shooting in Las Vegas. Just scary, scary times for her and the family, but she is doing great and going to be back and healthy and ready to suit up for SC if they can advance to the Portland, Oregon Regional. What can you say about Juju Watkins? Just 18 years old, won't turn 19 till July. And coming up here with 23 points so far. And has this USC team back to national prominence. They won the Pac-12 tournament, defeating Stanford.
Offensive foul on Juju Watkins. And the thing about Watkins, she started the season, they met #7 Ohio State. 32 points on 11 of 18 shooting. And that's a charge. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, and a steal. And really, we had heard how good she was, and then we saw how good she was.
32 points in your first game
against Ohio State.
Against a top 10 team. Yeah, I'd say that that was a welcome to college basketball moment and how good she could be. 51 at Stanford, 40 plus against Colorado. She has showed up. And the thing that I think the national basketball fans really should pay attention to when it comes to this USC team is, yes, Juju's the headliner, and she's 18 years old, and she is breaking all kinds of records, and her resume is so deep that you just start to have to cross things off because she's accomplished so much in just one season. But the rest of her team is a very good collection of basketball players. 3 grad transfers from the Ivy League that supported her in that game against Stanford when Tara Vanderveer had a game plan of how to shut down Juju, and it was Mackenzie Forbes with 26 and Padilla hitting 3 threes, and we've seen Rhea Marshall play huge. Caitlin Davis had 16 rebounds against UCLA in the Pac-12 tournament, so this is not just Juju.
Well, we've said it all year long. We all need to watch more Ivy League basketball, clearly.
Juju from 3. Of course, Juju with her 4th made 3 of the game. She's got 26.
LA is Juju's world, and we're all just visiting.
Franklin looking for the floater, and Juju with the rebound. She's got a double-double, 26 points, 10 boards, 5 assists for Juju. Make it 11. It just clicked in. 26, 11, and 5 dimes. And Forbes, the sharp shooting. The Forbes money list was hot tonight as she had 6 made 3s in this game. Gets tied up on that possession. But this crowd of nearly 9,000 just waiting to put this one in the books. Or as Chick Hearn used to say, in the fridge, Mary.
Boy, you would come here and there'd be like a sewing club up there, mahjong over there. There was nobody here watching basketball. That has changed.
And Mayberry with the 3 ball.
But let's tip our cap to this Kansas Jayhawk squad.
Juju off window. Another high-level shot for the true freshman. Now just a couple shy of 30. She's been over 30 13 times this year, an SC record. Nichols pushing that one up. Akunwafo battling for the rebound.
And in Waco, Texas, Nikki Collin and her staff trying to put together a game plan. How do we stop Juju Watkins?
And SC can taste it now. The crowd on their feet. Mackenzie Forbes started playing college basketball 6 years ago, puts her hands in the air. Juju Watkins, a big hug for her coach, Lindsey Gottlieb. They are heading to the Sweet 16.
And Juju Watkins, the commitment, USC was 12-16, and all she had was the dream that Lindsey Gottlieb could explain to her, and the cohesiveness that Lindsey Gottlieb had with the current squad when she first came in, and they have built it from there.
And now onto the floor, India Otto, 5th-year senior, got a huge ovation with 5 quick points in the first-round win. She hadn't played in a game since December. And now Davis getting tangled up with Tiana Jackson. That goes against Jackson. That's her 5th.
What a great career.
Couldn't agree more. Tiana Jackson, a 6'6" super senior out of East Chicago, Indiana. Averaging just a tick under 13 points and 10 rebounds this year. She will go down as one of the all-time best in Kansas history. 3-time Big 12 all-defense.
Hopes to play in the WNBA, would love to play in Europe, wants to keep on playing a game she loves.
And that is what is so hard about March Madness, is because when you dream big, it turns into March sadness when you don't advance. And all the memories that she's made, loves Coach Brandon Schneider. Trojans get the stop, and the fans approve.
And USC is just not a football school anymore. Women's basketball is officially back.
They won the 2 national championships in '83 and '84. Cheryl Miller, arguably one of the best all time. Otto lets it fly. That doesn't hit rim. Crowd wanted it.
Lindsey Gottlieb lets out a huge breath and says, "We did it."
There's your buzzer. The Trojans heading to the Sweet 16 in a city that loves their stars. A new one is gracing Los Angeles. Juju and SC heading to the Sweet 16. Well, that was a fun game. USC came out hot. They outscored Kansas in the first period 17-9. But then Kansas went zone and disrupted USC's rhythm. They pulled all the way within 1 possession before SC surged in the 4th quarter. And the Trojans outscored Kansas 20-9 in the 4th frame. And USC is back on the map. The #1 seed thinks Sweet 16 is great, but they are coming for more. They will head to Portland, Oregon as the #1 seed. They will face #5 Baylor. And that will be at 5:30 on Saturday from the great state of Oregon. And this is your updated bracket. USC Baylor. And the other part of that region, #3 UConn with Paige Beckers and Kara Lawson doing work with her Duke Blue Devils, getting the upset. And in the top of that region, Caitlin Clark advancing as well. And Mackenzie Forbes and the USC Trojans are dancing. The season is still alive. Let's take a look at today's Capital One rewarding performance. And not a surprise who this is, Mary Murphy.
Not at all. She got off to the quick start. She got the early foul trouble. It never seemed to stop her. The zone kind of held her back for a bit, but then they got her repositioned and the game just opened up. And Juju, the difference maker, has brought USC women's basketball back to the forefront.
And how about SC? Kansas goes zone. They put 13 made threes in on 30 attempts. And sitting down with us now, one of the stars of this game, Juju Watkins, 28 points, but also 11 boards and 5 assists. Juju, you're heading to the Sweet 16. You and your team did it. Just tell me the emotions of approaching today.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much on the line, and we know it, but we're still coming out here and playing with the same intensity, but with more intensity and just more grit, and we're having fun out here, so, yeah.
Juju, we've talked so much about the dream that Coach Lindsey sold to you, and you bought it. You believed that this could happen. How did this happen?
A lot of hard work, a lot of great staff, a lot of great teammates. I mean, it takes so many people to make this come true, and we have all the right pieces this year, and we're dancing. We're dancing.
You seem unflappable. You're only 18 years old. You don't turn 19 till July. How is it that you've been able, you had 32 points in your first ever game against top 10 Ohio State, and you just have carried it on? How have you been able to be so poised and collected as a true freshman in their first year?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's the people here. They keep me level-headed. They keep me humble. They have so much trust in me, and it gives me all the confidence in the world. So I'm just grateful to be here. This is really my home, and they've welcomed me with open arms and just allowed me to thrive. So owe it all to them.
Kansas changed things up. They get out of man because they can't guard you. They go 2-3, and they really held you guys down. Lindsay makes the adjustment, moves you to the middle of that zone, and everything changed. Tell us about the adjustment.
Yeah, I mean, that's what wins games, adjustments. Coach Lindsay knows what she's doing, so we have all the trust in her to make the right plays and decisions during the game. So we bought in. And
going to Portland.
We won. Yeah, going to Portland.
And you're still dancing, Juju. Congratulations. Have fun in the Pacific Northwest.
Thank you
Baylor
so much.
on tap next. You bet. That is Juju Watkins. 28 points for the freshman star for SC, and they are heading to Portland. The Sweet 16 for the first time since 1994. The #1 seed moving on behind 12 made threes in this game. Incredible. For Mary Murphy, I'm Elise Woodward saying so long from Los Angeles Sports Center's next.